All right, the recording is started, and this is the August 23, 2022 Rook Community Meeting. So we can jump on into our milestones and start talking about things that are coming up. 1.8, we don't have a quite recent patch release, and we don't have an upcoming one or a need for an upcoming one right now. So I think we can just go ahead and skip right on over that. For 1.9.8, that's a fairly, we talked about that last community meeting, I believe, the last patch release there, so we can skip over that as well. Oh wait, August 11th here, this was in the past as well?
Yeah, forgot to update that link. Yeah, that was released on the 11th, so we can
Okay,
add
let's get a quick link to the release notes, which is that one right there, the 1.9.9, and then we'll throw that in here. There we go. All right. And now let's start talking about 1.10 because that is on the horizon. Do you want, so we got discussion below. Do you want to just kind of roll into that then? That seems the appropriate time for that.
Real quick, I guess we could do a 1.9.10.
Okay, let's pick up the board then.
Yeah, I don't know that there's anything interesting in the board to really talk about, but I think we could go to a kind of a 3-week. I'm thinking next week for 1.9.10.
Next week.
So what would that
that's
make it?
September 1st, I think.
September. Wow. Yeah, I guess that would be September 1st.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Okay, and then nothing on the board though that you want to call out?
No, just on the cadence.
It's like 41 issues in the done column. That's pretty pretty nice.
For 1.10, or which board you looking at?
Or 1.9.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, then now on to 1.10.
Yep. So with 1.10, so we got the beta.0 release out last Friday, I think it was, and so that went pretty smooth as usual, just to get something out there and posted in Slack for people to start trying it out. I haven't heard any feedback on it, which is pretty normal, but anyway, things are in place now, the docs are in place, and I just wanted to talk about the kind of the blocking issues, or the remaining issues really, that we need to work on. So the blog, haven't started that yet, need to do that. Upgrade testing, I made a quick pass at the upgrade guide when I was creating the 1.10 branch. But Blaine, could you take a look at the upgrade, or that testing that, or what's your availability?
Yeah, I can take a look at that.
Yeah, we may need more updates to the upgrade guide. I don't anticipate any real issues with it, but just to make sure we're testing it manually in addition to the upgrade tests. Sounds good. And then the last real code change I'd still love to get in is this client.rook operator keyring. And Shubham is really close to getting this work, and I spent some time on the PR as well. And we have almost everything passing. There's a couple of integration tests, particularly around object and upgrade, that are not passing yet. So hopefully I can nail those down today and then call it good. The upgrade, I feel pretty confident in it because we're still using the client.admin key even for new clusters until after Moncorum is established. So I feel like the upgrade path should be pretty straightforward, or low risk, because we're treating new clusters as an upgrade path too until the Moncorum. Anyway, so if this takes longer than another day or two, I think I'll be ready to say, let's just push this out to a patch release and go ahead with the release. So yeah, I'll keep daily status on. I'll post to the maintaining channel or something on daily status. So we can.
And Travis, for the blog, did you have a draft post that you wanted to include here, a link to here?
Not yet.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll add it there when it's ready. And yeah, those are the main things left for 1.10 in my mind. Is there anything else anybody wants to bring up for 1.10? The target was originally like tomorrow or tomorrow/Thursday for the release. That, yeah, we'll see if it slips to next week, I guess. I'd like to get it done this week, but I feel like getting the Rook operator keyring in would be a nice thing to have, even if it slips till next week. Does anybody else have a strong opinion on pushing for the release this week, or would next week be acceptable? I'll take that as a
Yeah, I mean, if
acceptable.
we need more time to, you know, the upgrade testing and then getting in that fix for the, you know, using more scoped permissions keyrings, that sounds fine to me. Have we gotten any is anyone in the community been testing like the RC builds yet at all, the release candidates?
I haven't heard feedback on that. It's posted and, you know, posted in the announcements channel and to tell people that go ahead and test it. But yeah, just no feedback on it.
Cool.
Yeah. But okay, I guess that's it for 1.10. We'll keep pushing for it and hopefully have it soon.
Okay, sounds good, Travis. Awesome. Looking forward to getting another successful release out. I know there's been a lot of hard work that's gone into it, so that's awesome. Okay, so KubeCon, any updates on folks' attendance and availability for KubeCon?
I'll be
I'm
going.
not gonna make it, unfortunately. Alexander, you are?
Yep, I'm going.
Have you already booked travel, Alex?
I need to get that done. Yeah.
Right, if
Yeah,
Travis,
but-
you are officially out now, not able to make it.
Yeah, that kind of work out.
Bummer.
Wayne, did you decide for sure?
I also haven't decided for sure. There's just a lot of things going on in my life in general that I'm yeah, I'm just not sure.
That's fair.
And yeah, I still need to officially say it or register if we're doing a virtual talk or an in-person talk. I guess my question would be, Alexander, if you're the only one in person there, how would you feel about presenting in person? Or we can still do a virtual as usual. But what's your thought?
I don't know. Like I can present. But then again, it's well, how many people are officially registered for the talk? 3 people? 4?
Oh, I don't know how many are registered for it.
Oh, no, I mean, how many people registered from our side to speak for this talk? 3 people or 4?
Oh, there's 4 registered speakers. So you and Blaine and I and Satoru. Yeah.
I said I can present, but it's I don't know if well alone as well I can do that, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
We can just do it virtual too. I don't want to dump it on you. So I feel like it's nicer when there's at least 2 people in person to present together.
Were the digital talks streamed locally, or like that? I could at least sit next to the screen or something, and then after the presentation go, well, any questions?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know if they're just keeping virtual talks
Mm.
virtual or at a certain time. I mean, they have them at a certain time for sure because they ask us to join and answer questions.
Mm. Oh.
But I guess I don't know how they do it for people who are in person who want to watch it. Jared, you were at the last KubeCon. Did they have like the virtual talks and then have a room for you to sit in?
Not that I know saw or realized at all. It was like a lot of the virtual stuff was kind of an afterthought for folks in person.
Yeah.
Like you can join on your laptop and stuff to have that experience, but it's not something that there's a physical like, hey, go to this room to participate and watch it together or collaborate or whatever. I didn't see any of that.
Okay. So it's probably just going to be the virtual talk.
Then
Okay.
I think let's go for the virtual talk just because more speakers, so to say, would be there. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know about Mike Paris already? If he's going to be like hanging around this the Rook booth?
Oh yeah. So Mike said he would be attending as well, and he was even going to try and get some shirts printed for us to hand out at the booth.
No, because I think did we already register for a booth? Because if we do so, we basically only have like 2 people then, as far as I understood now, right?
Yeah, it sounds like just 2 people.
Well, it
Which
worked.
is-
It kind of worked at where was it again in your EU?
Valencia.
Valencia, yeah. It kind of worked, I guess.
Mhm.
But it was yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Mike and confirm with him how it's looking. And if we need to have, it probably doesn't make sense to have hours the entire time with 2 people. It's hard to staff.
No.
Yeah, that's something that the CNCF completely supports also is doing like a part-time staffing of the booth. It's just okay.
Right. Yep.
No.
Yep. Okay. Sounds good. Is that it?
And
for
so
KubeCon?
the decision was made to keep it a virtual talk, right?
Yeah, I'll sign up for the virtual talk.
Has the date not passed to sign up for the maintainer track talks?
Well, I signed up for the maintainer track, but I didn't confirm if it'd be in person or virtual.
Oh, okay.
So I hope it's not too late to confirm that. I'll go check through after this.
Yeah, let's hope. Otherwise, we'll need to work out a very good presentation.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now Gaurav, you had a agenda item here you wanted to bring up for help wanted
Yeah.
labels.
Yeah, I have this agenda item where I've been going through Rook issues from last week, and I and Alexander, we had both noticed that there's no help wanted labels on any of the issues when we are trying to filter them. So it would be great if we can help and identify. It would be great to get some help and identify the issues where we can have help wanted labels just to get some issues to get started with Rook, and even for beginners. Like for example, that would help.
And these are
That's
issues
what I
that
wanted to bring up.
these are issues that then like community members might pick up, or you'd look at picking up, or what do you?
Yeah,
or what are you
things
thinking?
like that. Yeah, I was thinking from that perspective. I can start looking at them, pick them up, and even if anyone wants to start contributing to the community, even if there are some doc related issues, we can push the doc related issues and add a head pointed label on them. So, I mean, some issues like that, just to, I mean, starting with documentation to good basic bug fixes and code fixes that we can label them. That will be good to have. And then, yeah.
Yeah, and one
Yeah,
pattern
things
that
like
may help too is that issues that are not assigned to a person, I mean, anybody can pick them up that wants to, really. So we haven't tried to put that label help wanted on issues for a while, just because, well, if it's not assigned, people can pick it up if they want. So,
Okay, understood.
and I think we have another label like beginner level, or I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, I saw the
Yeah.
beginner label as well.
Is
Yeah,
it
for
on
simple
any
issues.
there?
We have one more level like good first issue. For
Yeah.
this.
I
Yeah.
think, so at least the reason why well, my girlfriend and I, when we talked about this, thought like, yeah, let's bring it up in a community meeting, was that I don't think we currently have any issues with a label, or like we have the labels, but we don't have any issues with the label, or like these labels on them. I think there is for like one or maybe two issues with like the second label that was just named beginner or something.
Yeah.
Help wanted. Oh, help wanted. Yeah, now I remember it correctly. Like help wanted label as well, for example. But like there aren't really any issues, and you know, I get that we are in the end obviously like, hey, anyone can pick up anything as a task. But like, I don't know. Yeah, just thought we bring it up because we don't really have any issues right now with these labels on it.
Honestly, I guess the help wanted label is kind of strange to me, or not really necessary, because anything can be picked up if somebody wants to come help, right? I mean, if somebody is actively looking at an issue, then they should assign it to themselves, and then we know somebody's looking at it. But
at least for like beginner or good first issue tasks, I said it's like for someone to start working on a project. Maybe if we see issues, or like if we more actively maybe look into that as well, and see like an issue where it's, I don't know, oh, change these two lines, but maybe just really hadn't had the time to do that yet. Maybe we can just look into using the good first issue label, or more than, I guess.
Yeah, so I think that across a lot of GitHub projects, and then the cloud native ecosystem as a whole, the good first issue is fairly ubiquitously used. So it's kind of common, and it's definitely something that new contributors who are looking to get involved somewhere do go and seek out. So they can go to projects and they'll look for the good first issue label to see if there's like something that they can get their feet wet and get started in the project. And it's a good little on-ramp to get new contributors and people into the community that could potentially help out more in the future also. So what my recommendation here would be is that to at least consolidate the beginner and good first issue labels, because those seem redundant to me. Those seem like they're trying to attack the same problem, but good first issue is the standard one that a lot of other projects use. So in terms of having some normalization or consistency, I would probably not use the beginner label and advocate for using the good first issue label itself instead.
yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, sounds good. And we should have at least some issues classified under that as well. So if there are none, at least it would be good to have some at least.
I feel like the challenge of having issues with that good first level, or basically beginner level issues, is that they're so quick for someone to do, at least for the maintainers to do, that sometimes we just end up doing them real quick and then there aren't any left. But yeah, I'd love to have some and label some for
Yeah,
sure.
it looks like we have 6 good first issues here, at least right now.
Okay.
That I don't know, I haven't looked at them, but we have 6 of them.
Yeah,
I'll look at them.
I think this
I
mainly as
generally
we,
add a good first issue.
I think that's mainly as we hit it right now. It's like we have 2 or even more labels for like, hey, you can pick this up, especially if you want to like start contributing to Rook or something. And as it like, that's more or less what like girlfriend and I were looking for at the time, that and realizing that there wasn't really, at least for the labels we looked at, any labels like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like in the Rook community. I mean, there's definitely some who contribute, but the vast majority of users will, I mean, they're just not coders, so they'll come and comment and they want to get things working, but they just can't contribute to the project itself. So, but yeah, nurturing this whole thing of getting beginners to help new to the project. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, it's definitely good project hygiene. And then like it provides the, fertile ground for contributors to come in.
Yeah.
So that's definitely worth the time, I think. All right, sweet. So that makes sense to me. Alex, you had a topic about archiving the old channels.
Well, it's basically just about removing some of the older channels, or at least archiving them. I think Tristan already when they had an archived like the Gigabyte DB one and the
Yeah, Cassandra, basically everything except NFS, since NFS is still useful since there's a Ceph NFS.
But by the way, at least, oh, okay, interesting. There is, I think the rucksack might have been, I don't know who created that one, but there's a channel called Christians. Christians. Yeah, I don't know.
What are you talking about over there, Alex? Your volume's kind of low too. I'm having
If
trouble
you're,
hearing you.
like, I'm on the Rook Slack.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you go to the browse channel list.
Uh-huh.
And you the Christians, the go therefore and
what? Okay, that's weird.
I don't know, like just saw it as well. Like I thought, like checking if there's anything else that like yeah, I don't know, any other channels that
odd.
we like can remove. Yeah, same. I don't know.
Yeah, that's not applicable to Rook. So
it's been there for more for about a year.
Learning apps. What is?
And it says who created it too. Might be interesting to follow up with them and see if they're actually doing things on the project or if they're someone who is not really contributing or focused on anything having to do with Rook.
Right.
There's a time and a place for this topic, but it is not the Rook Slack.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I said like at least just saw that channel, and I think there's maybe like one or two more where it's like, do we need them? Or at least I think I stumble upon like the learning apps channel right now, which is, well, probably empty because we have this Slack limit of like, what was it, 10,000 messages?
And they're changing that to 90 days instead of 10K messages. Yeah, that's the change they're making.
Is that good or is it bad?
Depends on the frequency. For heavily trafficked Slacks, you can get more messages because it's 90 days or 10K messages is actually less than a 90-day window sometimes. So if you get it 90 days, you actually get more if it's a heavily trafficked Slack.
Well, then let's see how it goes basically with that at least. Yeah, I don't know if then I think we can take this topic more or less offline, so to say. Yeah, most channels have been removed there because like, well, yeah, either they don't have a storage provider anymore with us or something with Rook. So yeah, that's all.
You have a Rancher channel?
Oh, the Ranger that one is that one is okay because the idea initially was to what was it about here from SUSE Ranger SUSE purchased Ranger is like a Kubernetes distribution, and some people had issues running it, and
yeah, it's got 195 members, so
yeah, I know that it was actively used by some people using Ranger, but don't get me wrong, nowadays it's more, or at least also to the other channels, is a bit, as we had it before, like some people that have Ceph issues use the general channel, then they post it again into like the Ceph channel or even the Ceph CSI and others. So it's well, a bit mixed from what content is in there.
Okay.
What is the Linux commands channel?
Linux what? Oh. Oh, and git minus hub minus pages as well. What the?
Linux commands, huh?
Yeah, so I don't know if we maybe should just go ahead and remove basically everything which isn't really used
Oh.
or even since years basically.
I
Really
don't
makes
see any
sense.
messages in the Linux commands. Maybe I'll just archive that one. I
Sure.
don't know.
Should we maybe just later on sit together then, Travis, and or should I go over the list and you'll get a list as well?
I don't know. I think the channels we have now are okay.
Okay.
If people want to talk about Rancher or Linux commands, maybe that's fine. Technical related
Or
topic.
learning apps. Yeah, well.
I mean, religious topics are just a little weird, so that's archived now. But
Yeah, no.
guess the others don't hurt. Okay.
All right, sweet. Yep. So we can follow on whack-a-moling on those channels as we want. And this topic I brought up here, it's actually the deadline's passed, so it's not applicable anymore. But and the mentees are applying for projects already. But that's something we should keep in mind, though, for upcoming opportunities to participate in LFX mentorship and revive that effort again.
LFX. I'm not familiar with LFX actually. What organization is that?
That's the Linux Foundation mentorship
Linux,
program.
okay.
It's simply similar to Google Summer of Code, but then it's the Linux Foundation running it, and it's they do I think 3 terms a year, maybe. So there's they're all each 12-week programs, and so there's multiple. What I like about it is there's multiple chances throughout the year to be able to get involved with that, as opposed to just the Google Summer of Code, like big commitment in the summertime. If you miss that boat, then you have to wait a whole year type of thing. So there's more opportunities with the LFX mentorship.
Yeah, there's that. There's the outreachy, and I think a week or two ago, I actually posted a maintainer channel asking if anybody wanted to mentor as well, because we have some funding already from the past outreachy intern program that's still available, but nobody said they had the bandwidth for mentoring. So that's a challenge.
How come we use outreach as opposed to the Linux Foundation? Just use that and use in that program.
That's a good question. I think like Mike Perez, I think he hooked us up with outreachy, and Steph was doing outreachy, and yeah, I don't know. It was just we got some funding for it through that Mike hooked up, and yeah. I don't have a good answer for why not LFX. It's just
one nice thing about LFX is that the Linux Foundation funds it. The project doesn't pay for it. It's kind of a benefit from being a project with the Linux Foundation and CNCF.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, that's everything that's on the agenda. Anything else that folks want to bring up? All right, then I think that's everything. I'm just gonna take a quick note to also we should consolidate issue labels to use good first issue. All right, cool. So Travis, hope you feel better. Thanks for giving us some time today as you're recovering.
Yeah, thank you for
All right,
joining.
everybody. Take care. Good to see you all.
All right, see ya.
Yeah.
See you everyone. Bye.